So you just got your brand new Panasonic Lumix GH5 and you guys want to know what are the best settings to have on your GH5 to get the most out of your camera and also the best video quality possible. Well, look no further because in today's video I'm going to show you guys just that. And also, if you guys like this video, give it a like. Also, let me know down below in the comments if you guys have any feedback or any question about this video or anything else. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. So these are the settings that I use most of the time whenever I shoot these tech videos or other type of videos outside of YouTube. So I also shoot commercials, music videos, weddings, and I found that these are the best settings for those type of scenarios. So let's go over the settings that I use for my GH5. Now let's go over the menu real quick and let's go to movie menu mode. As you can see, for the exposure mode, I have mine set to manual. The reason why I don't choose auto is because I don't want the camera to do the work for me. I want to manually control the camera, so I choose manual. Now another setting that I change right here is the SS/gain operation. So I have mine set to angle/ISO. The reason being is because instead of, for example, if I'm shooting at 24 frames per second, I have to set my shutter speed at 1/50th, and having angle/ISO, you can put 180 degrees instead of the shutter speed. For example, 1/50th. Instead of 1/50th, you can always have your shutter angle at 1/180th, and that's going to give you the most natural cinematic look in your videos. Now I don't mess with these options right here. Now let's go to the second one. I also don't mess with these right here. I have them set to default. Alright, so now let's go to the movie mode. So as you can see, for the record format, I have mine set to MOV. I just like MOV the most because I found that MOV works the best in my computer. It doesn't lag or anything like that. My computer handles it very well, so I just choose MOV. Now for the record quality, this is very important. The record quality, I have set mine to 380/40 by 2160 at 24 frames per second. Now I do shoot in 400 megabytes, but if you, for example, if you don't have an SD card that can handle 400 megabytes, another great option that you guys can use is the 4K at 150 megabytes. That's also a great option because it also gives you 10-bit at 422. So this option right here, most of the SD cards that you have will handle this quality right here because it's only 150 megabytes. But if you really want to take your GH5 to the next level, then obviously I highly recommend you guys to shoot in 400 megabytes. That way you guys can, if you guys like to color grade your videos in post, 400 megabytes is going to give you the most file to work with in post, and it's just going to give you an overall better video quality. So that's why I choose 400 megabytes in 4K at 422 10-bit. So that's that. Once you choose your record quality, now you guys want to go to the photo style mode. If I want to color grade my videos, I choose Cinelike D. Cinelike D gives you a flat picture profile. And as you can see, my settings are, for the contrast, I have mine set to -2. For the sharpness, I have set mine to -5. And for the noise reduction, I have set mine to 0. And for the saturation, I have mine set to -2. And also for the hue, -2. Now, it is very important that you guys turn down the sharpness all the way down because the GH5 is already a pretty sharp camera, especially if you guys are using, for example, like the Sigma 18-35. This setup is just way too sharp, so you don't want to add the sharpness in camera, especially because I found that the sharpness in the camera is just terrible. It looks very bad. So you guys want to have it all the way down at -5. So like I said, this Cinelike D, I recommend if you guys are going to be color grading. But if you guys are not going to be color grading, another option that you guys can choose instead of Cinelike D, so another great option for the GH5, if you guys are not going to be color grading, is standard and also natural. And you can tweak the contrast, saturation, hue, everything. So yeah, this is going to give you the most, it already looks pretty good in camera, so you don't have to really do a lot of color grading in post because the natural profile and the standard profile already looks good enough in camera. So I recommend you guys to choose either of these if you guys are in a hurry and if you guys don't want to color grade your footage. These two are going to give you the best results possible without you having to color grade your footage and spending a lot of time color grading your footage. So let's go down to 2/4 now. So for the luminance level, I have set mine to the very bottom one, as you can see. So set yours to that one. And then also for the metering mode, I have mine set to the very top one. I find that that one works the best. I don't really mess with highlight, shadow, dynamic, resolution. Now ISO sensitivity, you guys want to have your ISO to the lowest one. So you guys want to have the lower limit settings to 200, which is the lowest ISO that the GH5 can go to. So set it to 200, and then your auto upper limit ISO, set it to 800, because once you pass over 800 on the GH5, the footage just looks very noisy and I don't recommend it. Maybe if you guys really need to go, maybe you could go to 1600, but do not go past 1600 because you are going to be getting a lot of noise. Stay around the 800 range to get the perfect results possible. I don't mess with this one. Let's go to 3/4. Now for the stabilizer, this is very important because if I'm shooting on a tripod, I turn the stabilization off because I did find that your battery drains faster, and also you don't need to add stabilization to your footage because it's already on a tripod. I do recommend to have stabilization on if you guys have your camera on a gimbal, just to smooth out the little jitters that gimbal gives you, or if you guys are also shooting like, let's say, handheld video, you guys want to make sure that you guys turn on stabilization, just to get rid of those extra shaky jitters that you get from handheld or any type of gimbal. So like I said, if I'm shooting on a gimbal, I will leave on the stabilization on, and if I'm shooting on a tripod or anything like stationary where I don't have movement, then I usually turn off the IBIS on the GH5. And the IBIS on the GH5 is crazy. This IBIS is just one of the best on any camera that I've ever seen. So yeah, take advantage of that. Now as you can see, all these settings right here, I have them set to off. Now one setting that I use the most when it comes to getting, like, let's say product B-roll or anything where I need like a tighter shot, I use this one right here, X telephoto converter. What this is basically, if you are using, like, let's say a 50mm lens on the GH5, it gives you like a 85 or 100mm. So it'll basically give you like a tighter look, which I really like. But if I'm not using it, I have it off. So like I said, I don't mess with these here in the bottom. Let's go to 4/4. Now the mic level limiter, I have it on, and the wind noise canceller, I have it to standard. I found that standard works decently for me. So I also don't mess with all these right here. Now let's go to the third one, the C settings right here. Now for the exposure, you guys want to go to exposure. ISO increments, that's very important to me because I have it to 1/3, because as you can see right now, if I go to ISO right now on the GH5, instead of going from 200, 400, 800, it goes from 200, 250, 320, 400, 500, 640, 800. So yeah, you get the point. So I basically have the ISO increments to 1/3. Now for the extended ISO, I have set mine to off. The exposure offset adjust, I don't mess with all these actually. So exposure comp reset, I have set mine to on. AF/AE log, I have set mine to on. Shutter AF, I have set mine to on, and then half press release, I have set mine to off. Now let's go to the 3/7. Now the autofocus/manual, I have set mine to on, and then for the manual focus assist, I have mine to focus, which is the second one right here. As you can see, manual focus assist display, I have set mine to full, so I don't really mess with these right here, these options. So let's go to 4/7. The operation lock setting, I have set mine to, the first one I have set to on, and then on, and then off. So I don't really mess with these right here, these bottom ones. So now let's go to 5/7. Now the live view boost, I have set mine to on. Peaking is very important because this basically tells you what's in focus and what's not in focus. So I have set mine to on, and then I have the color set mine to green, just because I think green just works the best for me, especially outdoors. It just looks more appealing when things are in focus. As you can see, for the detect level, I have set mine to high. So if you guys have peaking off, make sure, I guarantee you guys, you will not regret it turning it on, because it really helps you. So for the histogram, I have set mine to off, and then the guideline to off, the video guidelines off, and then the center mark off, highlight off, zebra pattern. Zebra pattern is also pretty good because it can also tell you what's overexposed and underexposed. So let's go over to 6/7. So for the expo meter, I have set mine to on. Manual focus guide off. So I don't mess with this one, the LV monitor display. The monitor info display, I have set mine to on. And then the video priority display off. The menu guide off. The lens position resume off. So for this last setting right here, I don't really mess with it. These are just the most important settings that I use. Also, I don't, these are self-explanatory settings now. Now, one thing that I do set on the GH5 is the custom memory presets. So for example, right now I have the movie manual mode, which is this one right here. I have this one set to 24 frames per second. And then the C1, I have the C1 set to 4K at 60 frames. And then the C2 I have set to 1080p at 120 frames. So I'm gonna show you guys how your custom memory works and how you guys can set your own. So let's say if you guys want to set C1 to do, let's say 60 frames in 4K, all you have to do is go the movie manual mode, record quality, and set your record to, like I said, 4K at 60. So let's say if I already put 4K 60 right here, if I already put it in, now you guys want to go back and you guys want to go here, and then you guys want to click on custom set memory, and then you guys want to assign C1, because that's going to be your first custom set memory. So just click on C1, and then it's going to say override current camera settings with custom set 1. And then you just press yes. I'm not going to do it because I already have my settings dialed in and I don't want to change them again, but you guys get the point. But yeah guys, that's pretty much it. That's all the settings that I use with my GH5. So these settings are I think in my opinion, the best settings that can give you the best recording quality possible, because it is very important that you guys have the correct settings on your GH5 to get the most out of your camera. But yeah guys, that's going to do it for this video. It's a pretty long video. I hope you guys enjoyed it though. If you guys did, make sure to comment down below if this video helped you. And if you guys have any question, comment down below as well. And yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.